Hello everyone and welcome into Coach Craig Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Tuesday, February 25th. If you're joining me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. We will be going over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. In the morning, I'll be posting my morning injury report. That will have all the injury reports for all the teams not on the back-to-back. I believe the Charlotte Hornets are the lone team on the back-to-back for Tuesday, so should have most of that injury news out early on in the day, but we'll be posting all the other injury updates throughout the day, as well as my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, or as those changes do become available. And then last but not least, I'll be listing as many of the starting lineups as I can get to down in that comment section throughout the evening as well. But without further ado, we get started off with the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at that point guard position. I got Derek White here of the Boston Celtics. Pretty good matchup versus the Toronto Raptors, as long as this game does not ultimately end up being a blowout, but $6,700, looking for 34 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. And he's currently averaging about 33 fantasy points per game on the season. Currently, I'm projected for 35 in this matchup. Definitely do like his upside once again, especially with no Drew Holiday in this game overall. Then we move down to shooting guard with Brandon Podziemski of the Golden State Warriors. $5,900, looking for 29.30 out of him. Been playing really well as of late. Really attractive matchup versus the Charlotte Hornets. We're looking for 29.30 out of him, pay off at 5 times value. He's only averaging 24 per game on the season, but some of that was coming off the bench. Some of it, was with a different team construction overall. So definitely do like him and the way he's been playing as of late. Currently, I'm projected for about 31, but could definitely come with some more upside for more at the same time as well. Then we move down to small forward with RJ Barrett, $7,200, and you could also play him at shooting guard if you want to do so, but looking for 36 out of him to pay off at 5 times value, averaging just under 41 fantasy points per game on the season. And if we're being honest, not the best matchup in the world versus the Boston Celtics, but still do currently like him for 39 fantasy points. He's been playing really well as of late. As long as this game doesn't end up being a blowout, looks like a really good value play to start off the day. Then at power forward, nobody truly stood out here, so I ultimately ended up on Santi Aldama, who's been playing really well as of late, given the minutes that he's been receiving, but $5,100, looking for 26 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 28, and he's averaging about 28.5 so far in the season. Interesting matchup versus the Phoenix Suns, but if he's out there on the court, if he's getting the minutes, if he's playing well, should pay off at this price tag just in general. And then last but not least, at that center position, I ultimately ended up on Orlando Robinson, if he gets to start once again for the Toronto Raptors. $4,100, looking for 21 out of him. Only averaging 10 on the season so far, but he did start their 2 most recent games, play 31 minutes 2 games ago, I believe like 20 or 21 in their most recent game, which did ultimately end up being a blowout, but not looking for too much here out of him. Currently, I'm projected for about 23. Could have some upside for more. Could have a little bit of downside for less at the same time as well. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed here, you'll have $21,000 remaining, $7,000 exactly remaining per player. So it's looking a little bit more like a balanced build type of day as we start off the day. But if we do get some other value popping up throughout the day, definitely have the potential to pay up for some other star players at the same time as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel, talk about my core picks over there as well. So on the FanDuel side, we have Derek White once again at that point guard position. He's a little bit more expensive over here, $6,900. So we're looking for 35 out of him. Exactly what I do have and projected for on this slate. Goes against the Toronto Raptors. Should be a pretty attractive matchup there. No Drew Holiday, so going to take over that point guard role and probably play really well once again. Then at shooting guard, we're going with the upside play and Jalen Green at $7,500. Playing pretty well as of late, but looking for 38 out of him. Currently averaging just over 32 so far in the season. Goes against the Milwaukee Bucks. If he can get that 3 ball going against the Milwaukee Bucks, should be a pretty hot scoring day for him just in general. If he contributes in any other way whatsoever, definitely do like his upside. Currently, I'm projected for about 38. And with that being said, he could have some upside for more, maybe a little bit downside for less. If that shot's not going down, if Fred VanVleet plays and he loses a couple minutes and some of these other guys lose a couple minutes, now that the Rockets are starting to get a little bit more healthy at the end of the day. Then we move down to small forward. I got Moses Moody here at $5,300. So we're looking for 27 out of him. If he's in the starting lineup, once again, I do like him. A good matchup versus the Charlotte Hornets. Currently looking for 27 out of him, pay off 5 times value. He's at just over 16 fantasy points per game on the season, but been in that starting lineup, playing bigger minutes, playing better as of late. And he's had at least 26 fantasy points or more in his last 4 games. So looks like a solid, steady, safe play, at least early on. Not the greatest value play in the world, but he's at least a guy that fills out our lineup and doesn't look too bad to start off the day. We'll see if any other value at this small forward position does open up as the day moves along, though. And then we move down to power forward once again with Santi Aldama, $5,600. Looking for 28 out of him on the FanDuel side. Averaging just under 28 so far in the season. Like I mentioned on DraftKings, he's been playing pretty well as of late. The minutes have kind of fluctuated a little bit, but, 24 to 28 for him. Pretty decent fantasy point producer. If he's out there on Kevin Garnett, if he can get a little bit of defense on him, maybe helps his case out a little bit more. Might be Jaren Jackson, but Santi Aldama may be the 5 in that situation. So it seems like they've been playing him a little bit more as of late. He's been pretty good in those minutes, and I definitely do like his upside once again. Currently, I'm projected for 27, 28. Could have a little bit of upside for even more at the end of the day as well. And then the last but not least, going with Brook Lopez at the center position. I didn't really truly love anybody at center, but you can look at him, Alfred Sengun, Draymond Green, Orlando Robinson if you want to pay down. A couple different options across the board. But I ultimately ended up on Brook Lopez playing more minutes with no Bobby Portis. The last 3 games he's played at least 30 minutes. If he can get close to fantasy point per minute, I'm going to pay off at this price tag of $6,000 where we're looking for 30 out of him, averaging just under 28 so far in the season. And I do currently am projected for 30, 31 in this matchup. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed here, you have $28,700 remaining, just under $7,200 remaining per player. So a little bit more like a balanced build day. Once again, obviously, if there are some values that do open up throughout the day, will give us the potential to pay up for some other star players as well. But with that being said, these are my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel for Tuesday, February 25th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comment section of this video, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And then once again, in the morning, I'll be listing the morning injury report down in the comment section. The Charlotte Hornets lone team on the back-to-back, so their injury report will be coming out later on the day. I'll have all the injury updates throughout the day. Also, be sure to look out for my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock. That will be left as a pinned comment. If there's any other additional changes after that point in time, I will leave them as a reply to that pinned comment as well. And then once again, I will be listing all these starting lineups as they do come out throughout the evening down in the comment section. So definitely make sure you're checking up down there, especially as we do get closer to the lock. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now, we have NBA DFS going on in terms of the core pick videos Tuesday through Friday. I've been dropping some NFL draft content as of late, and obviously the NFL Combines this week, so very excited for that. And I will be having our first NFL draft prospect interview tomorrow. That's going to be a pre-recorded interview, so I will have that posted up at some point this week as well. Definitely looking forward to that and sharing that with all of you. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Parlay Play, and Prize Picks. If you're a brand new user to any one of these 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match up to $2,000. So some pretty great opportunities to be had out there. And then with that being said, if you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey as well. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great rest of your day and some pretty good luck in NBA DFS for Tuesday, February 25th.